On today's episode of Watch JR Go, we're headed to see a single car garage. I only saw a picture of the back end of this thing, but it may have a Lamborghini Countach in it. What is going on, guys? I am Watch JR Go, and today, like I said, we are headed across town to go look at a car. A friend of mine reached out and said, is this Lamborghini real and how do you get in it? And I said, I don't know if it's real yet, but it looks, you know, kind of close. It has all the right things, and the shapes look sort of right. He just messaged me back and said he found some buttons in the vents. So maybe this is a real Lamborghini. He told me they were cleaning out some storage for, I guess, an old lady, and this car had been in there for 15 years, and their job is to get it out. And maybe it's for sale. I don't know any other details. Who knows? I'm just hoping it's for sale, and maybe we can have a crazy deal on a Countach. Who knows if that'll happen? I think everyone kind of knows what a Countach is worth, but either way, I said, I'm on my way. I'll help you get into it. We'll figure out what's going on with it, and we'll go from there. So we should be just moments away from seeing this thing. And here it is. This is the, well, 1 second in, not a Lamborghini Countach. You guys can tell that big square Fiero console from really anywhere on earth. This one's got pretty good dimensions though. They did a pretty okay job. They even bought the right tires. The exhaust looked right in the one picture I saw, but then the whole back end does look wrong. You can tell all this is like plexiglass and it's all cracked, and all of this grill here, all of that looks really wrong. So not a Lamborghini, but we got to get this thing out of here, and it has no power, and there are no traditional Countach door latches there. So I think we're going to start by trying to get these panels out of here and getting some power into this thing. So let's just jump in here and try to figure out how we're going to get the electronic door latches to work with zero power. So the battery's somewhere in the back of the Fiero, and if we can get a little bit of power in here, well, good thing all that fiberglass is cracked. We should be able to get into this thing. So I'm also glad that they put these screws right on top, so if anybody wanted to steal it, they could. There we go.
Well, I got that middle gate.
Battery not found so far. Somebody just bought like one roll of yellow wire, it looks like, and extended almost every wire in the car. It's pretty funny. Either that or it's a whole lot of system wiring. Oh, you know what? The doors on this thing were full of speakers. I bet it is a whole lot of system wiring. That is. That's one way to do it, I guess. What do we have here? Nothing important. Alright, let me pull the other side. It looks like someone else may have tried this before, because all the paint is off of these screws. So, we're probably the second person to try to get this thing out of here or go play with it or something. This plate can be unscrewed, and it looks like it maybe has been unscrewed. So let's find out. Wire nuts. That's always cool. There's so much speaker wiring in here, and it's all lamp cord. I guess this is the speaker wiring everybody was using back in the 90s, but that's pretty funny. Just tons and tons of yellow wire to extend everything in the car. I'm just looking for anywhere we could add 12 volts. We've resorted to breaking into it again here. This door is cracked open a little bit, but obviously won't open. So Seth's over here trying to get a little bit of lift with the airbag. It's gonna work. Yeah, look at that. We also haven't found the battery, and the battery on these things is usually in the back, and we pulled out both of the relocated kind of battery shelves, and he had covers on this.
I got this on this.
Look at that.
They kept telling her that it was that number.
I'm glad you're skinny, man.
Which doctor?
Because I wouldn't have been able to fit in there.
Two hood struts in there to get these things out. Look at the hinges are hilarious. That's amazing.
They got speaker wire.
Oh, there's so much speaker wire. So much. Well, now that we're in it, you guys can see the interior, which actually still looks pretty clean. Is this, oh, you can see the Fiero badge right there. It's just kind of covered up with some cloth. It looks like it may actually have tins on the dash, which is pretty cool. The entire interior was spray painted white, or interior painted, and the seats also look like they might have been painted white because they're sticky, like coming apart. So it's kind of hilarious. There's so many speakers in here. It looks like we got 8s, 5 8s right there, just beside you. Maybe some 12s on the dash. And what's this? An old Pioneer head unit. The thing is, this head unit's not terribly old. It looks like it's in really good shape. But the guy who built it isn't around to tell us how it works. Let's air this thing up and see if we can maybe get the air suspension to pop up a hair. So the air suspension's down as well here. We're gonna try to add a little bit of air with the old Milwaukee pump, because he did actually give us the fill part right there. We don't have any power for his compressor, so we'll use my compressor. Let's put 80 pounds in this thing, and then we'll hit the button and see if the car wants to lift up. With a ton of work, we have managed to get the trunk open. I had to tear the interior apart a little bit, get the trunk switch out, and then apply power. Luckily, I had my power probe and our NOCO battery booster here. Let's go ahead and shut all that down now. You got to take the 4 screws out, and then if you're doing a Fiero and you're stuck, it's the bottom 2 wires on the trunk switch. Give those power, and it'll open. All right, so we got to put all that back, and now we have the trunk open, which means we could finally apply a little bit of power, but we don't have the keys, even if we do hook this thing up, unfortunately. Ooh, what's this?
Well,
That might be the door poppers or something like that. The engine's actually pretty clean, and it's the V6.
Waiting for a call back.
What else we got
Gotta
here?
go above everybody else. Seth's on the
Ooh, storage.
phone.
He actually left the storage. Look at this. One wire. In this car, it was pretty much one color for everything. So it's either all yellow wire over here, all orange wire in the front, or all brown wire over here. Definitely not something you're going to troubleshoot. You got to ohm out every wire in this car. So this is pretty crazy. Guess that's what happens when you buy a kit or build a kit. Do the lights work? Look at that! One light works. It sure slams shut. Pow! Do the door poppers work? Look at that, they work! The button is messed up for the passenger side. Let's see if we can get right in here. Yep. It's trying to open. And then the driver's side doesn't work over here. Maybe one of those is lock and one of those is door pop. We can just stop it back here. I think we just pull straight back. Hey, look at that, it moves easy. It's actually super lightweight.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Dirty.
Yeah, self-stopping. Now what's the back end? Oh, it looks very wrong once it's outside. Very wrong out here. The dirt is coming off this thing like it's a sandstorm in the desert. This is crazy. But now that it's outside, it doesn't look even remotely real. It looks completely short and super wrong. From the back, it looked maybe a hair real. The steering wheel is locked, unfortunately, so they're gonna back this thing around, put some soft straps on it, pull it sideways, and then they'll get it loaded up on the rollback and get this thing out of here. I don't think I'm interested in it anymore after seeing what it looks like, but this was a fun adventure. And it doesn't really leak, look at that. That's the only oil leak. I think that's the front main on this thing. It's been in here since 2011, abandoned for that long. And it was actually you know, quite a bit of work on this kit. It does look better than a lot of the kits I've seen, so I gotta say, not terrible. We never did find a real VIN plate. This has a fake VIN plate on it that it may have been re-registered as a kit car, and then they made that plate that's in the windshield. But we tried to open everything up, spent all this time on it so we could try to find the original Pontiac one, because the police were here and the police needed to clear this to leave the storage unit. Obviously the storage unit can do whatever they want with it. It's been abandoned here for a long time and they just need it out. They want it to go to auction, but the police love to have a real VIN. And this car should have had a 17-digit VIN, and it doesn't. We couldn't find it anywhere. Nothing stamped on the frame, nothing in the front bulkhead, nothing in the rear bulkhead, nothing. So they did run the kit VIN and they decided it wasn't stolen or showing up in any databases like that. So the police did say, it's up to you, you can take it if you want. And the storage unit of course said, go for it. So that's kind of where we're at. They are getting it out of here and it's gonna go to a public auction like it has to. And it should be on the move here in just a second. Yokohama ABS from, what is that? 01. 2001's when these tires went on. Wow. Magnetic trim, is it really? Oh, it is. This is all magnetic. Wow. This is not glass. This is all plexiglass. That's glass. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Like butter. These guys are pros. I like it. Yeah. All right, these guys got the race ramps out and everything, and they are getting this thing loaded up here. What a load. It sure looks cool, even for being a kid. Here we go.
That block still behind that tire?
Yes, it is. Here. All right, there you go.
Hey.
Ready to roll.
So we got a tire coming off.
You're good.
Good?
Yeah. You got 5 inches of it. Well, Seth, that was a fun adventure.
Sir.
Thanks for calling me. Let me know there was a possible Lambo on the loose.
Yeah. How would you know?
How would you know? And then you get here and find out it's not possible. And away she goes. Well, that was a fun adventure, but it turned out not to be the fake Countach for me. I've always kind of wanted like a knockoff Lamborghini or Ferrari just to play with. Please don't send me any links. It'll have to show up beside my house and be like $1,000 for me to actually buy one of those. But obviously that one's going to auction, like I said. And personally, I don't know if I'd buy it. It's a mess. That car was truly a mess, but that guy did everything to it. Air ride, complete system, door poppers, Alpine. It had that old school Alpine security system, which I love, but of course the keys are gone, the remote's gone for all that, and it's basket case. It's a basket case. About all of them are. Let's be honest. Basically all of them are. When I was a kid, I drove a fake Fiero Ferrari 355, and it was that V6, and it had somehow been supercharged, and it was a rocket ship. It was super fun to drive, and I think it was $3,800, and I passed on that. And of course, that was 18 years ago or something like that. We will never see another deal like that again. But if I did, I might jump on that. That would be the ticket. It was a rocket ship. It pulled hard. Anyway, this Countach is headed to auction, and you guys might see it pop up if you're interested in buying it, and it might run. Who knows? We couldn't even crank it because, of course, all the keys were missing. It did power up, and I was able to get the door poppers working, and I'd call that a solid success for what we had to work with at the time. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shopwatchjro.com for cool shirts, not like this, and please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time. I'm just glad my friends call me when they've got a Lambo in a storage unit and they want somebody to take a look at it. I would have been all over buying that if it was real. I can't imagine what the keys would cost for a real one though. That would be wild.